Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Tanner and welcome to Crypto Bible. I hope you're all doing very, very well. I thought I'd do a quick video for you guys this morning just to kind of have a look and see what happened last night. Obviously, we did have a little bit of a dip, and I thought I'd try and make sense of it to you guys. There's a few things that I see that I wanted to share with you. Some of the things that I see is basically just to try and show indications that we have actually found some support and we're ready for the next leg up. Or I do also have a case where we could potentially be going down a little bit lower to find support before we, then carry on to make our next leg up. Either way, I am still very bullish on the market. Obviously, not financial advice, and I do expect things to still carry on grinding up and ultimately eventually start making new highs very soon. However, whenever these pullbacks do happen, people do need to understand that they are very healthy. It's never just a straight line up. There does need to be small dips along the way to confirm certain support levels, etc. Bitcoin, for instance, will hit certain resistance levels and ultimately have a little pullback before it goes and tries again. I do believe that that is ultimately what we are seeing. So I want to kind of just show you the case of both. The bullish case of we have actually found support now and we're ready, and the case that we may need to go down a little bit more before we can carry on going up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you a few charts here. I did have a look around the rest of the market as well to see if there is any indication of a leader. One thing's for sure, I've been looking at Cardano ADA over the past few weeks because it's definitely caught my eye as a leader. It seems to be moving in tandem with Bitcoin, but just like a little bit quicker than Bitcoin. So it seems like whatever Cardano is doing, Bitcoin kind of does, just shortly after. So let's just get straight into it. Obviously, the first thing we're going to take a look at is Bitcoin, right? And one thing we notice right here, guys, if I go to the daily chart, is that obviously we've been reacting very, very well to our Fibonacci retracement levels. I've been showing this quite often. So if we go from our top right here to our bottom, as you can see, Fibonacci's have been coming in perfectly right here. And if I zoom in on this, you can see we found some resistance right there at the 382. We came back down to hit the 236 and confirm that level as support before we broke out. Now, the same thing seems to be happening right here again. We're playing with this 50% retracement level, just like we're done with the 382. And could we be seeing another move down, which would take us to about $42,500 to confirm the 382 as support, just like it did down here to the 236, before we start heading our way back up? So that is definitely one case that I'm looking for, for us to just kind of come back down and hit those levels of support before we do end up going. Obviously, as you can see here, we hit resistance right there. We played with it for a few days, came back down and touched our previous Fibonacci retracement of 236 as support. We're basically mirroring the same thing right here at the moment, in the fact that we've hit the 50% retracement right there. We found heavy resistance there for a few days, just like we did here. And are we now heading our way back down to follow exactly what we did right here before we go up? If we are, then we could expect a few more red days to come, maybe a few more, maybe a day or two. It doesn't really matter how long it takes. This played out about a week. At the time that we hit the 382, came back down, touched support, and then went up. That played out in about a week. So we are at that point again. It is looking very similar to this. Okay. However, if we kind of zoom in on it and we go to the 4-hour chart, we can kind of have a look and see, have we found some kind of support level that we've come back down to hit? Well, we do definitely have a case for it, because if we take our horizontal ray right here and we just place that over right there, as you can see, this was previous resistance when we were grinding up, right? And we didn't actually manage to break through that until shortly after. Now we've had one bounce on there, two bounce on there. This is our third bounce on top of this level, okay? Confirming that this could potentially be our support level, which we did just hit last night as well when things were dipping, okay? On top of that, if we then zoom out a little bit more and we take our ray like that, as you can see, this level is very important. We previously touched this level as support once and twice here. Now, what's that important about it, right? Well, every time we touched this level, we had a huge blast up before we ended up obviously breaking down back in May. But every time we did hit this level around the $45,000 mark, every time we hit it, we had a big bounce up. See right there, we hit it there, big bounce up. We hit it there, even bigger bounce up. In fact, the last time we actually hit that, we actually then went on to make a new all-time high. Okay, so it's one of those things where it's quite difficult to predict, but right now, we are trending on top of that support level right there, which is held as resistance right there. And of course, previously it was support twice as well, and a very big level of support. So big that the last time it hit these levels and came back down and retested these levels of support, well, we went on to make new all-time highs. So Bitcoin definitely has an argument to the fact that already hit we have already hit support levels in this case right here. But then, of course, zooming out and taking a look and see what's been happening during this entire grind up, we do also have the case that Bitcoin did come back down and retest these Fibonacci retracements as support right here. As you can see, this on the 4 hours, just zoomed in now. As you can see, it does look very similar to what happened there. In the case that we tested this twice right there, as you can see, twice right there, and then came down. Well, we've just done the same thing twice right here, looking exactly the same as this area right here. And then we came back down and touched this level of support before we went back down. So right now, Bitcoin is basically just completed that. And if that is what we're doing, then we could expect a little bit more down movement, hopefully finding support here if this support level breaks, and then we can head our way up higher. Okay, but of course, guys, one thing I've been saying is that regardless of what's happening short term, I am very bullish on the market, and ultimately I'm not really bothered about what happens in these areas. I definitely think we will be breaking through them. To me, it all matters when we get up to these levels here: 618, 702, 786. Because as I've shown so many times in my previous videos, guys, historically Bitcoin has come up, hit that 702, rejected it, and went on to a bear market. I'll show you guys one more time, because for the people that have not seen me present that case, this was a 2017 bull market, the bull run for Bitcoin. This was actually the top of Bitcoin. And as you can see, the previous time we did find our top here. If we go back to our local low, back up, obviously we came back to that 702 area and rejected and went back down. Now, in this case, like I said before, again, I don't expect that to happen, only because we've barely seen an alt season. Nothing's really done an all-time high. There's loads of reasons to why Bitcoin should be carrying up. We're looking very bullish right now, in the case that the whole market is looking very bullish. So right now, to me, it doesn't matter what's going to be happening, whether or not this is a support level right on top of there, whether that is our support level, or whether or not we have to come back down to these areas right here, which would actually be right there. Yeah, to me, it doesn't really matter. Longer term, it's looking very good. I decided to then take a look around the rest of the market. Decided to take a look at Cardano ADA, because that has also been a massive leader in the market, in my opinion. Obviously, zooming out, you can kind of see that for yourself. It was one of the only ones that went absolutely mental, and we've been kind of chilling in this area for about 180 days now. Now, why am I looking at Cardano right here? Well, as you can see, it's done what Bitcoin previously done, in the fact that it found resistance, of course, at a higher fib level, the 618, but it found resistance there, and it came back and touched the 50% as support, just like Bitcoin would have done previously when it found support at those Fibonacci levels. So as you guys can see, Cardano basically done what Bitcoin done right here, in the case that it found resistance, came back down to support, and went on. Cardano found resistance, come back down to support, and now it's going to go on. Obviously, if you zoom into that on the 4-hour chart, you can see a bit better. Resistance, support, off we go. Will Bitcoin be doing the same? I don't know, but the fact that Cardano has done that could indicate that Bitcoin will just end up finding support where we are right now, which is right there, that level that we touched right there. And if that is the case, then we could expect things to kind of carry on moving higher. Okay. Now, one thing I have not presented on this channel is the total market cap of crypto. And as you can see, this is it right here. So all of crypto, we're currently sitting at $1.857 trillion circulating around the cryptocurrency market. And I've taken a look at this from the Fibonacci retracement level. Cardano is literally where this is right here, okay, in between the 50% and the 618 of the fib level. As you can see, that's exactly where Cardano is right now as well. We are in between the 50% and the 618. So that is basically where a lot of cryptos should really be trending right now, okay? And you can see that throughout the market. Ethereum's at that level as well. You've got some laggers like XRP, for example, but then you look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now hasn't even passed the 50%. The total market cap of crypto has. Total market cap of crypto sitting right there. Bitcoin sitting right here. It will need to catch up at some point, and I definitely believe it will. So Bitcoin should really be sitting at these levels right here, which would indicate that we will break through the 50% retracement and start heading our way up very, very soon. So that is basically what I am seeing, keeping it very, very simple for you guys. Just using the fib levels are absolutely perfect at the moment for me anyway. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. And as I said, if we do break below 44,800 at area, we can expect to come back down to 42.5 grand to find support. So I don't really mind what happens. But look, there's cases that we have already found support and we're ready for the next leg up, and we've had that dip already. And there's also cases that we could be going down a little bit lower. Either way, doesn't matter. Still bullish long term. We'll see how it all plays out. But before I let you know what I see. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please be sure to let me know by leaving a like down below. Make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already. And that bell icon is turned on so you don't miss any other uploads. And guys, I'll see you very, very soon. Take it easy, people.